On today's episode, we're installing our new and improved insulated subfloor system. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, Matt here for AVC and welcome back to the shop. Like we said in the intro, today we are installing our new and improved insulated subfloor system. Now we've made a few improvements to this system from our existing install videos, so we thought it'd be a good chance to revisit the product and do a quick install video for you. So some of the improvements we've made to this product are mostly just in stepping up the quality of manufacturing. So we were using a zip panel, which is a pre-manufactured structurally insulated panel. And we noticed that the quality on those panels has been going down over the last couple of years. And so we decided to bring that manufacturing in-house. So here in-house, we're bonding a 1/2-inch Baltic Birch layer to a 1-inch polyisoacrylic foam. And this is the same sandwich that it was before. The zip panel was OSB, so we did improve the quality for a Baltic Birch layer here. But essentially, it's the same application. So it's a wood layer with an insulated layer. We still route the insulated layer to fit the grooves of the van, so it fits in there just like a puzzle piece. But we've also stepped up the accuracy of that cutout as well. So now we're working from the Ford CAD models. So the way that this floor drops in now is absolutely perfect, and it's super easy to install. We're doing the bonding here in-house. So we're laying this material up here so we can control the lamination and how much adhesive is in here. So we're getting a much tighter bond, which is going to be much better overall for the life of your camper van. We also changed the manufacturing process of this product, and now we have an overlapping seam. So the wooden seam that joins the 3 panels in this subfloor system overlaps. So that way we get an overlapping seam where we get a much tighter bond. We're not doing this butt joint that we used to have where the two would butt up together. So now that they overlap, we can put a couple of temporary screws through there, hold that joint solid while the glue dries, and then we can pull the screws, sand everything back to flat, and you're perfect and ready for your vinyl install after that. So here we are at the edge of this panel, and you can see this overlapping seam. So we have the Baltic Birch layer of the center panel, and that has a open cut to the top. And then the Baltic Birch layer to the front panel has that open cut to the bottom. So those two overlap, and then we just have some temporary screws here. They're gonna hold that while that glue dries. It makes a much better floor system, and this is a very complex machining process, so we actually have to cut this part twice. We'll cut it with the wood layer up first, and then we flip it on our CNC, and then cut the insulation layer after that. So it took us improving the quality of machinery we have here in-house to be able to have this capability, but we're really excited to offer this to you at home. We also know that a lot of our previous customers had trouble installing this floor system just because we used a spray adhesive, which meant that you use a lot of hand cans at home if you're putting on spray glue at home. The other thing is, once you stick this thing down once, it's down. You have no chance to shift it around or get the fitment just right. So it's easy for us to do here in-house because we've done so many of them. But if it's your first time, you got one shot, it's a kind of an expensive product, it's a lot of pressure to put on you. So we changed the gluing process and we moved to a 3M 550. Now 3M 550 just comes out of a caulking gun. You get 1 tube per panel, which is enough to put this floor system down. And it's the same adhesive that we use to put down our synthetic floor system. So we went to this for the synthetic, but we noticed that, hey, this actually works really well for our insulated subfloor. So we started using it for everything. It makes it a lot easier for you at home because you have a 15-minute working time before the skin's over. So that's enough to put all the panels down, get everything set exactly the way you want it, and then put some weights on it and let it dry overnight. Now it does require a 24-hour cure, which means for us here in the shop, it's a little more problematic, but for you at home, you have the time. It's best to be patient, get a good, simple install, and I think you're gonna be much happier for it. The last thing I wanna say about our product improvement is that we separated the step and trim. So now when you buy our subfloor system, it doesn't automatically come with the step and trim, and this is allowing us to kind of break up those price points, make things a little bit cheaper for you, and not force people that wanna buy our subfloor to commit to that full step and trim system. There's a couple things that people had requested in the past, and we thought, you know what, if people wanted this, let's just make it separate on the website, so that way you can just go on there and order everything that you want. You can order individual pieces from the step and trim. That allows you also to modify this if you wanted to, cut it back if you want that full entry step, and you're not married to our step and trim system. So just kind of giving you a little bit more modularity as a DIYer at home, which is always our goal here at AVC. Now with those things out of the way, let's go ahead and get to work. First, we're gonna use a Brillo pad and scuff the floor just to take the gloss off of that floor so we get better adhesion. And after we do that, we're gonna wipe everything down with isopropyl alcohol. Next, we're going to dust the floor. You can use an air cannon or an air compressor, whatever you have handy. Then you're gonna take each panel and dry fit them into the van. We wanna make sure everything fits before we apply any glue to anything. Once you're happy with the fit, remove the panels and mark where the middle section sat on the floor with a Sharpie. This is gonna make alignment later easier. We're gonna do one last final blowout of the van and then wipe everything down with isopropyl again. Now we can open our 550 glue. Now apply your glue in a crisscross pattern, making sure you get glue in both the valleys and the top of the ribs. Then you're going to place the floor section in and give it a good solid step. You can go ahead and jump on this, but you don't have to go crazy. Next, we're going to clear that rear section and get it prepped up for glue. Next, apply your glue in the same crisscross pattern, and don't forget to hit the seam where your overlap is going to be. Now place your rear section in place and push the two together for a nice even fit. Now clean that last section, apply your glue, and place the front section into place. Check all of your seams in your alignment, and then add some weights to the floor to help the floor stay in place while the glue kicks. While the glue is kicking, go ahead and glue your step support in. Add some screws to all the wooden seams. These are going to be just temporary. You can remove them later. And we're going to countersink 2 long screws into that step support. As you can see, this is a pretty simple install process, and I hope it gives you the confidence to take on this project at home. As you can see, this customer decided not to do our step and trim, and so we just modified the factory step, give it a slice right here, and it actually works pretty well. I think this is going to be kind of a cool option, and I was excited to see this come through here in the shop. If you have any questions about this product, hit us up in the comments below. We're happy to answer all of your questions. If you want to order this for yourself, there's also going to be links in the description, so go scroll down and click on one of those if you want to tackle this project for yourself. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode.